as far as radio is concerned, it may shift, it may look a little different, but as far as like going somewhere and being irrelevant for rappers, no, you can't. I'm sorry, there's no way around it. You might go back. You might go to LA, get mad. Oh, Nashville got no motion to me. Go down to Atlanta. Go to Atlanta, blow up, and get regional success. And guess what radio station you got to come back to?
You got to come back home.
And if you ain't got no home base, then what are you doing?
That's a
you're
fact.
right.
That is a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
a lot of
fact.
people defect down there to Atlanta, and they're going to ask you where you from because
Most
people
definitely.
don't understand in Atlanta,
definitely.
it already got their circles. Their circles
Yes.
are a lot bigger. So it seems like they can just accept anybody, but they're not.
They're not, yeah.
It's a bit of finesse. It's a bit of who you know to really get on in Atlanta. So you know,
It's not easy how they make it. They make it
it's
like
not
I'm gonna
easy.
just pack
So-
my 3
so-
clothes up.
So if you do, guarantee you they're gonna ask where you from and what type of home base support you have, and if you don't have none, then you might as well just go ahead.
Every hustler in my city know me, bitch, I'm the truth. I'm chasing paper, I'm a scraper, no mistakes, I'm a shoot. And if it's loot we talking about, I'm trying to see what it do. Telegram, dark web, I get ghost in the coop. You know we shooting out of town, cause them prices be down. My nigga need a couple bowls of that ice.
Hey, yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Lano XL, Mr. 18 Pockets.
And yo, what's up? It's your boy, Mr. McGee, a.k.a. Boopy, a.k.a. Born Rich. And Lano, man, we got a banger today, brother.
Most definitely. We
Man,
got.
Talk to me.
Hey, let me tell y'all something, man. We got somebody who has been giving Cashville. I'm talking about problems ever since he touched down to
Yes, sir.
Cashville. I'm speaking when we was in Nightlight. Well, no, what was it? Limelight, 615.
Yeah.
Him and the Coop Show.
Yeah.
Every Friday night. Yes. I remember those days.
Tearing it down.
Tearing it down.
And now you hear him on your local radio station.
Most
You feel
definitely.
me?
Yeah.
Killing
One-on-one.
it. Killing it.
Got his own show actually on Saturdays, right?
Yep. Saturdays 2 to 6,
Come
and
on,
Sundays
man.
8 to 10
He got
a.m.
one of the famous lines out. He always say, "I'll be black."
Yeah.
Yeah, he's tearing it down.
and that's on purpose for everybody tuning in right now. I know I get that question a lot. That's
Do
on
you?
purpose. Yeah, all the
Yeah.
time. I'm like, are you meaning to say that? And I'm like, absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes, man. We got our brother, my brother, your brother, Joe Major in the building.
Most definitely.
Yes, sir. What's going on with you, Joe?
Man, it's good to be here. I appreciate the invite. You know what I'm
most
saying?
definitely.
And so it's just, I'm in a good space right now. Everything copacetic. So
There you
Okay,
go.
that's
Man, you look
good.
good too,
Yeah,
man. You
appreciate
look like
it,
it.
man.
Appreciate
I
that.
can see it in your face, man. You know.
It's the skincare trying to do, you know what I'm saying, get on the regular with my esthetician, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Shout out to
okay.
Cookie, you know what I'm saying?
shout out
Like,
Cookie.
Yeah, shout out Cookie. Yeah,
Because women
yeah.
glow, right? 'Cause
Women glow. And
What
men
do
can
men-
glow too.
Okay, so
men can glow
glow.
too. And she actually is like doing like a campaign to try to get more men in because it's a shortage of us, you know what I'm saying,
Absolutely.
going on a regular basis.
Nigga, I'm
Absolutely.
gonna holler at you then.
No,
I'm-
holla at me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, for real,
gonna
dog.
have
Like
to.
for real.
Yeah.
And she gonna ask you what kind of skin you got, so and you just ain't
Damn, I
going
don't
in
even
there,
know.
willy nilly.
Yeah.
Hey, it's
I got
important.
nigga skin, Joe. Like, I don't know. What am I supposed to say?
Oh, you just answer the questions.
Yeah. Do they got a card? They be like,
Yeah, it's
okay.
a little. You get a little question there.
He got sand.
Yeah, exactly.
He got the sand skin, so we gonna go ahead and hook him
And
up.
I like
hook
it
him
though,
up.
man. I like it, Joe, because we really do need to get comfortable. You
Yeah.
know, not only just giving men compliments and
Yeah.
say, bro, you looking good, bro. Your skin is shining, you glowing. You know, we need to get comfortable with words like exfoliation.
Yes, exfoliation.
Okay, explain.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
when you have to
yes.
exfoliate the skin.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
Yeah, get on up under there and release the dirt that may
I
just
like
be
that
sitting
word.
up under there.
Yeah.
No,
Exfoliate.
what's the word under that to say about the skin?
Clean as hell.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
it. I'm gonna
Clean
roll
as
with the
shit.
clean as hell for 500. I'm gonna just say that, man.
That's
you know
what
what?
we
I
gotta
feel
do.
clean as hell, man.
Yeah.
That's what we
yeah.
gotta do, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna have some fun today, Joe.
Most
man.
definitely.
Definitely. I guess I want to start off by knowing a little bit about Young Joe.
Okay.
You know, Young
Who
Joe,
else?
man.
Oh,
So,
shit.
where were you born at, brother?
So I was born in Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
Big shout
Okay.
out to Midwest Dayton, Ohio. Shortly after we went back to our hometown of Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, shout out.
And so I was pretty much, you know what I'm saying, raised from
Midwest.
Like, 2 years. Midwest just held me down
Yeah,
until I
yeah.
got to the South.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said you got to the South. Before we get there, we'll get there. But what was the childhood like, Joe? One parent household, 2-parent household. How was that?
It's a 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah, it started off 2, and it ended up in 1.
Damn, that's
you know
me.
what I'm saying.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
back in
yeah.
like Brian McKnight, back at 1. And so that being said, you know, I'm a preacher's kid. And so that's how, started off as a 2-parent household, didn't work out, unfortunately. And so my mom, did her big one, as the kids say, and held it down for me and my sisters. And,
So who was the preacher? Your mom or your dad?
My pops.
Your pops, okay.
We were traditional Baptists, so they ain't really believe in women preachers. I'm so glad I grew up and, was able to, learn more. But, yeah.
Okay, so look, I want to ask you this right here. Growing up from the Midwest, and then you making that transition to the South.
Yeah.
How was it? Was the culture different?
A bit, right? And so Dayton, Ohio was very instrumental in getting me ready for Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Because Dayton, Ohio is country as hell, right? It's a small
I didn't
town.
know that.
It's just country because it sits right at the end of Ohio, like if you come from Kentucky, sits there, then Dayton.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of country ways they have there. Not taking nothing from Chicago, because Chicago is the biggest city in Mississippi, but Dayton is a little different when it comes to what I was the over the topness and it's just certain things that a lot of people in Dayton did that Nashville, and so I was like, okay, so inadvertently Dayton got me ready. If I was coming straight from Chicago to Nashville, I feel like it would have been more of a culture.
Way
different.
Way
but Dayton was a lot slower than Chicago, and so you kind of get that kind of slow, fast feel.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Is Dayton a college town?
No, I wouldn't say that. They got one major University of Dayton, and they got some colleges on the outskirts. College town. It's a retirement town. I feel like.
Okay. See, we look
They
at
pretty
it
much
as
they pretty much unplug when they go to Dayton.
So when you came here, so you from Dayton, went to Chicago.
Yeah.
Explain Chicago. From Dayton.
So when I was 2 or 3, mom and them made the decision, go to Chicago, back to Chicago. All my family's from Chicago.
Okay.
All the family's from Chicago.
Michael Jordan
grandfather,
fan then.
big MJ back in the day.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All of that.
LeBron ain't nothing.
Right. I ain't gonna say I respect LeBron.
That nigga hating,
he
man.
is the greatest of our time right now, but I feel like Jordan still holds that mantle as of all time.
Absolutely.
You just changed the
Yes.
whole culture. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely he did.
But we back in Chicago when I was 2 or 3. I was raised there with, my mom and my 2 younger sisters. And, my pop's side of the family, a big shout out to all the Hugheses in Chicago and all the Taylors and all my family members in Chicago.
For sure.
So my grandparents, long time ago, got a church opportunity in Dayton, Ohio to pastor a church. Pastor Lloyd David Hayes. So I end up going back out there for high school because things in Chicago was, what was going on here with gentrification. All of that was ending in Chicago, so everything was skyrocketing.
Okay, yeah.
And so my mom really couldn't
Everything
afford.
was high.
Right, everything
Gotcha.
was high. Couldn't afford. All right, cool. We made a decision. I'm back in Dayton as a teenager, and it was now that was a culture shock. That was a culture shock.
Going from Chicago
to
back.
Dayton, right, was what's going on? I did fall in love with music in Dayton. I will say that much.
Yeah, we want to talk about that too.
Yeah. It was.
That's where you fell in love with music at.
That's where I fell in love with it at. It's always been a part of my life, but I will say Dayton, Ohio is when I realized as an adult, and probably for the rest of my life, I'll be dealing with this. So yeah.
That's dope.
I'm gonna say this. So when you say Dayton, Ohio, right at first, and you say it got you ready for Nashville because of the country, right?
Right.
What type of music was you listening to, or what type of music is in Dayton?
Dayton picks a lot up from, I would say, the South, because I can't remember hearing a whole lot of the things that we listened to in Chicago and Dayton. It was it's almost like it was like I wasn't in the Midwest anymore.
Okay, yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And so again, I feel like some of the things that was maybe going on in Kentucky, whatever Kentucky was listening to at the time, had a lot of the influence of Dayton
Moved up
in
there
the
to
South,
Dayton.
in Georgia, because a lot of people from Dayton migrate to Atlanta.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I know Atlanta probably had an influence. So it was. All the Lil Jon, that era, all of that was in Dayton at that time.
I like that. I like that.
So
I like that.
so now, like I said, when I first saw you, didn't really meet you, but when I first saw you, it was at Limelight. It was at Limelight, and you and Coop was doing the show, right?
Yeah.
So how long have you been in Nashville right at that time?
At that point in time, Limelight was what? My start was 2015.
Oh, shit.
2016. So I had been in Nashville since 2004.
Okay.
Off and on. I'll say I left for a little second, and then I came back. So,
What brought not to cut you off,
No,
but
go ahead.
what brought you here in 2004?
School.
Okay.
Tennessee State University.
Okay,
Oh,
there
yeah,
we go.
TSU.
So you're a
Yeah.
Tiger.
Yeah,
there we go.
well, I'm
Okay.
something like a Tiger. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I ain't graduate, so you know what I'm saying. I can root for the Tiger, but I
Yeah,
ain't
but
a
you
Tiger,
quit.
You
You
know
quit.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Joe, why'd you quit, man?
And you know, I didn't quit. The school quit me.
Oh,
And you know what? The school got a problem with that. I feel you.
But
I'm
you know
with you
what?
on that,
I've
man.
been hold on though. I've been blessed with the opportunity to go back and speak to students. You know what I'm saying? As a person, as I call myself an unofficial alumni, I've had the opportunity not to just
He's an
host at
unofficial
TSU,
alumni.
but just go speak to the students and
Okay.
talk to the next generation of
Yeah.
people that's coming up and doing what I'm doing. So not to say that I, you know what I'm saying, need a degree. If if
Yeah.
it comes up, then I'll go back and
Most
get
definitely,
it. But
most
I've
definitely.
had school opportunities without that. You
Without
know what
that,
I'm saying?
yeah,
So,
yeah,
I got you.
That's something big too that we always talk about. Like school is education is very important, but you got to find your lane.
Right,
You know
absolutely,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
You can't, you can't
absolutely.
be listening to other people tell you what their expectations of you.
And do
You
your
gotta set
research.
those.
And do your research. Whatever works for you works for you. You know what I'm saying? You figure that out. I had to go to school to figure out that maybe I didn't need to do it in the way I thought I had to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
but at
yeah.
the same time, we have a vast amount of resources now. You can, you know what I'm saying, do the work to figure it out what that is. And then try something.
Going through it like
Yeah.
that. That's what I like. Going through it right.
Got to.
When you like, man, I want to do this, but I'm passionate more
In
about
order
this.
to
Right?
get to it, you have to go through it. Like
Yeah.
it's just there's no way around it. The more you avoid it, the longer that process is, the more grueling that it is.
so you just
Okay.
as soon as you made that decision,
it was just like, okay, this is what I'm doing. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
tunnel
And
vision.
yeah, here we are.
Nah, I like that. I like that. So, like my brother was saying, so you come here 2004, and then it's what you say 2015 is when you
That was Limelight.
with
Mhm.
Limelight,
Yeah.
and you was with DJ Coop.
Right.
How did you meet DJ Coop? How did their relationship come to be?
So Coop and I've been promoting professionally. I would say in 2010 is when I got
Okay.
my professional start. I was with 8 a.m. Small entertainment group. We did house parties and we had all type of names coming through there. CeeLo would come through there. Like we had
Shit,
house
house
parties
parties
that shut
sound
down the
good.
block.
Yeah.
Right? And I made that transition from A-List Entertainment. A-List Entertainment.
remember A-List.
Yeah, we did stuff. I mean, from the college stuff, the Damn Near Naked, all
Yeah,
of
I
that.
remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
All
yeah.
of- you know what I'm saying? You just a plethora. I think thousands of events. Ciroc. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying? Yeah,
remember
baby.
those.
Done that whole Murfreesboro Road thing. And so
Yeah.
from those events, from those situations is when Coop and I crossed paths because he was up and coming DJ at the time, and I was building A-List,
Yeah,
and we
most
was
definitely.
actually building our DJ branch.
Okay.
And I think him and I, we had worked together like with the A-List and Coop situation,
Mm-hmm.
but we kind of came together in that moment. And then we, you know what I'm saying, we kind of grew from there. And then that's when the Limelight situation happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was actually there with True Star first.
Oh, okay.
And then Coop came along, and then that's what birthed the Coop
Yeah,
and Joe
so
show.
because
Oh,
T
that's
is
dope,
the
that's
one who
dope.
was like, "Come out here on Friday."
Yeah.
I got so and so right, and I came out, and I remember telling him, I was like, "Dang man, Coop and them," because when I came back to the city, I heard you on the radio, and I was like, "Oh shit, him and Coop got a thing on the radio," but I was like, "Nah, Joe Major on the radio," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Whoa!" I remember seeing. Not just your total growth, right?
Yeah.
But the 2015 to now, I'm like, okay, yeah, he's
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
moving his
Yeah.
feet. He got some motion.
Yeah,
going
same
on.
thing.
Yeah.
Same thing with Coop. I mean,
Yeah, most definitely
Yeah,
with
before
Coop.
we get back to the timeline, man. I mean, even just looking at your growth from 2015 to now, man. What would you say was the inspiration for that growth, man? How did you? Because you could have easily fell off.
Yeah.
But how did you just keep growing and progressing as a man, bro?
As a man, knowing that you never stop learning and you never stop growing. And so I always kind of found different things to appreciate about the game and about the business.
Okay.
And so that's what kept me motivated, right?
Yeah.
And so for every Damn Near Naked event, there was, a kickback, casual party. You know
Okay,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah,
it
most
was,
definitely.
it's different.
Diverse.
Yes,
Everything
it's
was
different
diverse.
attributes to the game. And so it's like, yeah, you can fall off or get bored and you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, and it just be no more. But I love it, you know what I'm saying? And when you love it, you find reasons to kind of keep going without being delusional. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, most
If-
definitely. There's a
if-
lot
if
of
I'm-
delusional people.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of delusional people.
Most
I don't
definitely.
want to be one of those people that's still chasing the back in the day. I was this. No,
Yeah.
even now, the type of events that I do are more centered around like Cool Comic Collected,
Yeah,
music,
yeah.
live band basis.
Yeah.
So it's different. And so once you kind of continue to challenge yourself, you stay motivated, you know?
Yeah,
So,
you most definitely stay motivated.
I like that.
That's how we do right here on the podcast show
Yeah,
we got.
yeah.
Do we get tired sometimes? Yes.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? But we so passionate about just getting to people's stories,
Yeah.
listening to music, and just talking about culture conversations, right?
Right.
And just having those things like once you pass, you don't get bored about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once you get
I
past
wanna ask you this, Joe. So how do you go from promotional guy, promoting parties and throwing parties and all of that, to being on the radio?
I work,
Yeah.
because funny story, I was
That's it.
radio wasn't my initial intention.
Okay.
Okay.
Took advantage of an opportunity. My first professional radio experience was WVOL,
Yes.
Nashville's
Yeah.
Heritage Station. Reverend T.J. Chapman, rest in peace. It was through a lady. God, her name, she's gonna kill me when she sees this, but she got me my first opportunity, just kind of observing him and everything that he did, you know what I'm saying, before his passing. And then I got an opportunity at TSU Radio.
Okay.
Ironically enough,
yeah,
when I
yeah,
wasn't even
yeah,
a
yeah.
student there. They interviewed me one day about all the parties and stuff I had going on.
Yeah.
And they were just like, well, why don't you just stay up here and be a regular? And I was like, okay. And so that got me the on-air start, so to speak.
yeah.
And so somebody was like, Joe, you kind of cool with this radio thing. Why don't you
Yeah.
just go to the next step? And so I go hold you at the time, had some little animosity because I'm like, well, I don't feel like I don't need the radio. I already got
Most definitely,
this
yeah.
going on.
Yeah,
This,
yeah.
just really feeling myself,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Ego.
Right. So I approached, I was getting, Scooby, rest in peace, I was getting to know him at the time.
Yeah.
And he passed away, and so I was, getting to know Dola. And I'll never forget, I asked him. I was like, was outside the club one time. I was like, hey, man, it's the wrong place to ask somebody.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
had been speaking to him, whatever.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah.
just like, damn, I don't know what other time to say this. So I'm going to tell you
Yeah.
now. I was like, hey, if y'all got any type of anything at the station, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Woo, woo. He said, we're not hiring right now. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. A little salty, but I'm like, man,
Yeah,
fuck the radio.
yeah, yeah,
Fuck the
yeah,
radio.
yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
the radio, right? You know what I'm saying? And so then he hired 2 more people. And I was really like, F the radio, right?
Yeah.
2 years later, I get a message about an opportunity at the radio station.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, you'd be a fool not to take it because you know that this gives you a base.
Oh, most definitely.
And you know
Oh,
that
most
this
definitely.
gives you. And so if you did, it would be hard and grueling. Not to say that the radio made it easy. It makes walking in certain doors easier.
Hell yeah.
But however, it is still politics. It's still a game to be played. And so with that being said, it's still a process. But I do thank God that I got that opportunity.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I was able to join and take advantage of the situation as I've been doing now almost 10 years on
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Ooh,
So
you're
look,
all head in this
Hell
radio
yeah.
shit, Joe.
Sorry,
So
that's
so
a
let me
little
ask you
OG over
this. So look, let me ask you this. So 2 years, so outside the club, right? Is that what sparked the invitation 2 years later?
It was a plethora of all of that, right? Because this is like right when like social media was starting to get really, it was becoming a part of, marketing and just being more visible as an individual brand. And so I was doing like little funny things on social media.
Yeah, I
and
remember
then, again, at this point, I'm in the club, and this is right before all the clubs shut down and ended. We don't have no more clubs. We got lounges.
Yeah,
But
that's crazy.
right at the end of the club era, I mean, I'm in the club 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
Every week. You know what I'm saying? Parties 400-500 plus, and this
Yeah.
is no cap, but this
No,
is
no,
real,
most definitely
these are
not
real
cap.
things.
Oh,
And
they
so,
know Joe Major.
And so with that being said, all of this was, you know what I'm saying, is helping my reputation. It's like, who is this guy making these waves outside the, you know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah, most
that's what
definitely.
helped bridge that gap
Got
in
you,
those 2
got
years.
You, got you.
You know
You
what I'm
was
saying? So,
becoming
yeah.
a brand. You was
Yeah,
becoming a brand
yeah,
yourself.
exactly,
So when the radio
exactly.
reach out, they're like, all right, let's reach out to him.
Yeah,
He's already a brand.
Exactly.
And
As they sometimes continue to do. They've done that to Avery on the personality.
Yeah, most
a
definitely.
few other people, what I'm
Yeah.
saying, they see the talent. If they can't go get it, they'll go get it.
they'll go get
That's
it.
what's up.
All right. I'm sure you like it, but is this like, is radio like the ultimate goal, or
But no.
yeah.
no.
Could have a show,
So
man.
is radio is like, I guess what's the exit strategy, man? What do you see life after radio like?
So, I don't know what to blame this on. Like my life, I have all these different branches of plans and exit strategies. One looks like me maintaining radio and still doing these, because you could take the radio with you wherever. I mean, you guys are in podcasts, so y'all can pick this up and be wherever.
I seen you say that. I seen you say that.
So in radio is pretty much the same thing, and so it's like, do I leave radio or do I kind of have this as my base and still be able to do other things within the entertainment industry? Those other branches look like doing some large scale events and taking maybe something on the road, like a Black Fear, my bonfire event, or you know what I'm saying, just creating those things that could be marquee that I could do every so often, and I could, you know what I'm saying, really brand to get out there. Musically, I work with Bryant Taylor, and so he's got a deal going on with Prescription, and so he's got some things going on to where, boom,
he got big things. He got big things.
He has huge things going on,
for
and so it's a lot of different ways. I'm sorry I can't just answer that question one way. I guess to answer that question, I'm just planning and prepping every day in every aspect to make sure that I'm ready for anything that pops. Anything that opens. You know what I'm saying? And so,
I got you. I want to say this because we're speaking on the radio. So now I want to ask this kind of question. I want to ask some good shit.
Let's get it, baby.
When you like the radio person that you is and the personality that you are, right? And you guys got all this different kind of music going on. When it's beef, right? Like when artists are going at each other.
Yeah.
How do you guys know who to play or like who not to play? Like right now we got who we got going at it right now?
We got Drake. He said, "Nigga, is this Drake 20v1? Drake versus everybody, man.
Drake versus everybody right now.
Yeah, it's Drake versus everybody right now.
So on those type of things like that, do y'all state y'all opinion on?
We try to be as unbiased as possible, but I mean, we're media personalities, but we're also radio personalities. And as we know, radio plays a huge part in hip hop culture.
And that's what I'm saying.
Has been, and I don't care what you say, it always going to some extent. And so with that being said, again, like you have to report it as it comes, but if you're going to ask, I'm going to answer. So if the people are asking Joe Major, who do I see taking the edge in this beef, I'm going to give you an answer, but am I going to volunteer the information willy-nilly?
That's me. I'm not going to volunteer, but if you ask
me, I might give you a real in-depth answer.
All right, well, fuck it. Let's stay here. Let's stay here. Who up right now?
You talking about in this particular beef?
Yeah, we got Drake and we got Kendrick. Rick Ross threw his name in the hat too.
I think it's. I mean, Rick Ross. I feel like is just kind of having fun with it, and him and Drake are going back and forth on some rich people stuff, which I can't understand because Rick
I can't argue with who mentioned it.
The jet plane is over. I just booked his flight to Spirit, so
exactly right. That's me.
Shout out me. He kind of me.
Yeah, that's me.
But, no, seriously though. So I don't understand that aspect, but I do understand the rap aspect. I thought Rick Ross's entry was crafty. You know what I'm saying? Could we have done without it? Maybe, but I thought it was pretty cool to kind of call Drake out directly on some things. Kendrick is Kendrick. He set the whole thing afire. With who he was on the track with, and just all of those things that come with it.
Kendrick always do that. I think
his moments. He creates moments.
He's very strategic in that way. And with Drake not actually putting it all the way out, it's a leak that you ain't really claimed yet, but everybody else is claiming for you. So it's kind of like, do we even consider this? Like, we consider it because we all heard it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
But Kendrick put it right there. Drake is not shy of anything. He put all the Meek Mills, his even response to Joe Budden, even some of his response to Pusha T. What's wrong with Kenny? Now, of course, I was reminded today that sometimes replies take a minute. I was reminded that Jay-Z's reply or Nas' reply to Jay-Z's initial diss took 4 months.
Okay.
And see, with the removal of social media, I wouldn't even think about that then.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And so I guess that told me to slow the hell up. Just give it some more time. And maybe. Do I want to slow up? No. I hope Kendrick drops something tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
I check every day, Joe.
I check
You check every day? You check every day?
I say since Fence accounts, all that.
I fell out of it once J. Cole apologized.
Yeah.
He done said he's sorry.
If you ain't, I get it. Because from a competitive, I have a competitive nature.
Yes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? People will tell you that we would throw parties and it'll be somebody throwing a party on the same day at the same time. Let's get it. Let's see who wins.
Let's see who
you know
wins.
what I'm saying? I fuck with y'all, but I don't fuck with y'all right now. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? And so the competitiveness in me is like, why did you do that, J. Cole? Why did you do that, J. Cole? Because I would love to hear what a battle tested or battle, you know what I'm saying? A J. Cole is like, I mean, outside of No Name, he went a No Name, I think. So it's like, but I understand it because if you can't handle all that comes with it, because not just me talking to you, maybe our campus going at it, it's the influence of social media. You got to constantly be seeing that stuff.
Yeah, most
They're
definitely.
picking
Yes.
apart lyrics.
Yeah,
words.
yeah,
It's just like,
yeah.
okay, do I really want to do this?
Yeah.
Nah, you don't really.
See,
And I guess I get it. I mean, I get it. Yeah. I get it. I get it. I get it.
So now let's go to let's go to now because those are huge rap stars, right? And you're on the radio. So now let's go to
Oh Lord.
lower
Yeah.
local
Yeah.
artists.
Oh God.
Yep, we got to do it now. When you got local artists, they got motion. Not my cousin who just got out.
Little Worm,
Nah.
Big
Right,
Worm,
right,
Big
right,
Worm,
right, right.
yeah,
nah,
Big Worm, Big
yeah,
Worm.
I ain't talking about Big Worm.
yeah.
I'm talking about artists that got names, artists that has a record that can follow them.
Right.
When they get into it, the chit chatter goes around. How do our radio stations handle that?
We ignore the hell out of it because the city, and I'll say this from a promotional perspective, promotional professional, and from a radio professional.
Okay.
The city doesn't handle beef really well as far as just hip hop, just wax.
Facts. That's a
People
fact.
get involved, and now it's people fighting.
Entourages, right?
I mean, and we all know of a very popular beef that happened during
Yes,
the
sir.
Ciroc days and before then
Yeah.
between two people who are on the same page now. But we've seen the results of that.
Yeah.
And so if you just can't keep it on wax, let's just not.
That's
And
a
I don't
fact.
want to do anything as a media personality with my public platform to, you know what I'm saying, throw fuel to the fire. Now, if I know it's just a friendly banner, let's, you know what I'm saying, let's take it there. Because,
Yeah.
again, I'm from Chicago.
And you
Let's-
like
know what I'm
competitive.
saying?
You just say you
I like-
competitive.
I love the competitive nature. Let's
There
see
you go.
who is,
There you
because you
go.
can't say I'm the best if you haven't beaten better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
There you
can't.
go.
Like,
That's
you can't.
understandable.
So, with that being said, it's like, all right, I love it, but I'm also a bigger picture nigga. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
also
yeah.
like,
I could-
this ain't good. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't good. And then people will direct their anger and aggression at the wrong person. I'm just the media person.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Don't come up
Yeah.
hollering at me. You waiting outside my damn job. Go
Yeah,
home.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
home. I'm not
For
going to fight
sure.
you. I'm calling the police.
Yeah, I'm the radio guy. What Charlamagne say? I'm the radio guy.
So,
You don't get no
because that's
strikes.
what I'm saying right there, basically, because now it hurts the artists, right? Because now the media platforms I can't invite you, because if I invite you over, now I'm automatically on your side.
Right.
So it does.
It
hurt.
shouldn't be like that, though.
No,
It shouldn't.
no.
It
We
shouldn't
know
be
that,
like
but it's
that.
like he said, a lot of people are in competitive. You know, it's competitive,
absolutely.
and some people will feel like, oh, he went over there.
Yeah,
'Cause they do it- 'cause
You
what?
messy and also
Yeah.
stuff like,
Yeah.
listen, this is hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We want to know what's up from a hip hop perspective.
Absolutely.
If you can't keep it that, then we don't need to do it at all.
New York
And so-
did it. New York had Hot 97, and then they had the other Funk
Wow,
Master
yeah,
Flex
you
and
better
all
say
that.
And
it.
I love it.
right.
I honestly wish there was like another, you know,
Oh,
station.
competition
like,
station.
yeah. I
Oh, you
kind
like competition.
I love
1021?
it.
What is 1021?
1021 is a they are like 107.5 The River. No, I'm sorry. 121 The Bill. That's Shannon.
Yeah.
They're more like neo soul R&B
Okay.
type,
okay.
and
okay.
you got to have like
Is that
a certain
Shannon
amount
Sanders?
of towers. You said what? Yeah, that's Shannon Sanders.
Oh,
Yeah.
for real, I didn't know that. Dang, that's
Yeah,
something.
yeah, I
I didn't
heard
know
that.
that.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Shannon Sanders.
Oh, most
Yeah, I heard. So
Yeah.
so there's not like a competition. You guys don't.
No,
look at
no,
that.
we really don't. I
Look at
mean, 92Q would kind of be that as far as like from a tower on a paper perspective, but like another hip
Like
hop
hip-hop
station,
station
kind of
like
like it was
you
when I
got.
first got here. I think
106.
it was that other station that was on its way
remember?
out.
106.
10.
something.
It was,
But
I got
it was
no 101. I don't know
101.
if that jogs y'all memory because it was 101 and it was another
And it
station.
was another
I think they
station.
on
It
their way
was
out.
hip-hop
106
station.
something. It was
It's a
106
hip hop
something.
station.
Yeah,
That
I
was the
remember.
station. That was the fun. You know, not to get off the subject, but the other station was the station that I first heard. It's old. When I first heard about the DT and situation in Chicago with the chain.
Okay.
They called.
Okay.
They was doing the call in. DT called and he explained his side, but it just fizzled out. That
Yeah.
radio station, it just fizzled
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I mean, you it takes a lot to run a radio station, especially of that caliber with the towers and money coming in, and it takes a while to get those sponsorships in. Excuse me. And excuse me.
No, you good.
Yeah,
You good.
You good.
But it just takes a while to really get that capital to maintain and compete with the likes of iHeart radio station.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because you have that iHeart umbrella.
Yeah.
And so it's not as simple as people would think. And I know we got like internet stations that, do really well. But like when you're talking about, one-on-one, you're talking about iHeart Radio, and at any point in time can put things right in the forefront. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's the upper echelon. That's all.
It is. It's corporate entertainment. Like it's corporate entertainment.
Like how you put it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is.
It's like
So
a mom
it
and
just,
pops trying to fight with the corporate machine. It's just hard.
It's
just hard to
a
do.
lot harder. It's a lot tedious. But we've seen it happen before. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We've
absolutely.
seen mom and pops. You know what I'm saying? Topple the big wigs. It's not like it's impossible to happen. But
Yeah.
when it comes to radio, there takes a certain amount of stuff that you got to
That you gotta go through.
Consider that.
I'm glad
Like,
you're even talking
Yeah,
about
I like
this.
that. I like
Artists artists actually, a lot of artists, right, and from my point of view, they think that radio can just do anything.
Yeah.
They like, oh no, he's working radio. You can play my music.
Yeah,
You don't
exactly.
play my music. I don't mess with radio. Is radio dead for rap?
No, not at all. Because it's still an engine that people go through in order to legitimate themselves or appeal to the or get exposed to the masses. Right now, of course, we all have social media,
Absolutely.
but record labels still value radio, and so for that reason, you're always going to have a radio situation. I use the example of Chance the Rapper quite often. Chance the Rapper had a major independent push.
Yeah.
One could have said he could have done totally without the radio. He didn't. He ended up being on radio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, again, Tech Nine was bringing in, you know what I'm saying, tens of millions of dollars independently. He ended up being on radio. And so it's almost like it's inevitable if you want to go to that
Next
level. There are levels you can make a considerable amount of money without radio. People are doing it, and they will forever do it because of social media and all the other tools.
Yeah.
But as far as radio is concerned, it may shift, it may look a little different, but as far as like going somewhere and being irrelevant for rappers, no, you can't. I'm sorry, there's no way around it. You
Wow.
might go back. You might go to LA, get mad. Oh, Nashville got no motion to me. Go down to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Go to
Yeah.
Atlanta, blow up, and get regional success. And guess what radio station you got to come back to?
You got to come back home.
And if you ain't got no home base, then what are you doing?
That's a
you're
fact.
right.
That is a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
a lot
a
of people
fact.
defect down there to Atlanta, and they gonna ask you where you from because
Most
people
definitely.
don't understand in Atlanta
definitely.
it already got their circles. Their circles
Yes.
are a lot bigger, so it seems like they can just accept anybody, but they're not.
They're not, yeah.
It's a bit of finesse. It's a bit of who you know to really get on in Atlanta. So you know,
It's not
defecting to
easy how
Atlanta,
they make it. They make it
it's
like
not
I'm gonna
easy.
just pack
So-
my three clothes up.
So if you do, guarantee you they're gonna ask where you from and what type of home base support you have, and if you don't have none, then you might as well just go ahead and do something
Can they
else.
reach out to you guys? Like if somebody down there and say, "Hey, what home base you got?"
A
I
lot
can
of
be
times,
like,
because you'll end up on radio. You'll end up on radio. You'll land
You
in
can't beat it.
streets and something else. You end up on radio, and they're gonna call Dolo White, or they might call me. Or my emails is connected.
Yeah.
Might call my name. It
Got
may not
you.
even be a super important phone call. They'll be like, "Hey, there's this artist down here that's saying this is this, and they from Nashville. You ever heard of such and such and such?" I'm gonna tell them the good time is truth. Yes or no.
Got you.
You know what I'm
Got you.
saying? And if you want an explanation, I can give you that.
"I don't know you."
But if I don't know you, I really and truly don't know you.
Yeah.
But if
yeah.
I do, I
Yeah,
do.
most definitely.
You know, and it's just that.
Yeah, I want to ask you this, Joe, because we get this especially about the radio stations. I even heard, shout out Cool Daddy Fresh. He even just went on a rant. I just watched the clip. He went on a rant. Now, he was saying 101.1 The Beat does not look out for its local artists. And that's a narrative that's been around
They need to stop
forever.
it. Stop it. Ask
Let's clear
Quanti
that
Cash, ask Lido, ask God, what's the All My Life dude? All my life, I don't know
man.
ask him.
Oh, you know, Lil Stein,
ask my
Lil
boy
Stein.
Yeah.
Mick Jagger kicking it. Like the list goes on
Yeah,
and
most
on
definitely.
and on.
Even City
okay?
Piper, man. I done heard City Piper on
Paper's
101.
been on there, like Buck has been
Yeah,
on there.
most
Come
definitely.
on, let's
Yeah.
stop it. Let's stop that. Please stop that. Please stop that.
Yeah,
Just because they may not mess with you or somebody you know, that does not mean that and that's the problem. They don't mess with that particular individual, but you won't even look or do the smallest bit of research to see that the 101 has always had somewhat of a local presence.
Yeah.
Now let's not forget
They
that-
have.
Now let's not forget that 101 is a part of a larger structure called iHeartMedia.
iHeart, yeah.
Anything in corporate
Yes, sir.
has to be done with some type of thing. There's hoops and bounds, all that stuff. But at the very base, I know for a fact Dola White and other DJs, when they've been a part of a radio station, have done what they can for certain artists.
Okay.
Now, whether they was ready is the real question.
Okay.
You might have had a hot single, but you're not. You don't have the clean version. You don't have the radio version.
Oh, yeah,
you
I
know
done
what I'm saying?
ran
Or
into that
it's
before.
not mixed up mastered.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if
I
it's
done
a
ran
real
into
hot
that
song, it
before.
need to be totally mastered and mixed, but it needs to be presentable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely.
Like,
Yeah.
none of that. You're not ready. You got this one song. Okay, then what? Now what happens next? You doing shows somewhere? How you pushing this record outside of hearing your stuff one time on a mix show?
Yeah.
Do you know what media base is? So you can track your spins, so you
There
can
you
get
go.
paid from that
Yeah.
and be in regular rotation. Have you researched that? Has your management reached out to the program
Deep shit,
director?
y'all. Y'all
Do
better
you know who the
listen.
program director is? You find out? Do you know who the program director
Yeah.
is?
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
had a conversation with that person first? Because you approaching to me, it means little to nothing.
Okay.
Approach the program, have your management,
Yeah.
or reach out to the program director and get a relationship with the DJs. And this is how you do things in DC in order. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And allow your room for constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Don't get all up in a bunch if somebody is not rocking with your stuff and they give
Yeah,
you reasons
yeah.
why. Because
Yeah.
if you're gonna approach a professional in the industry, they should have the decency to not just tell you no, it's not working, but tell you why it's not working.
Yeah, most
And
definitely.
that's the difference between hating, you know what I'm saying, and constructive criticism.
Okay,
And so if you're
okay.
not ready for those
Ooh, that's deep.
questions, then stop talking about stop putting responsibilities on the radio that you ain't putting yourself.
Yeah, and you know what? I totally agree. A lot of what you say. Now I see both of them because I'm a Nashville guy, so I
Understood.
most definitely see both of them. Growing up, 92Q was just at first it's just our only radio station.
Yep.
That was for us, right?
Yes, sir.
I saw 92Q a little bit mix in underground, and that's what we wasn't calling ourselves local then. It was underground music.
Yeah.
And 101, I seen 101. You just named a plethora of them that I have saw 101 play, and not just play a record, but keep them in rotation. So what you're saying is that iHeartRadio, that's the I can't give you these type of spins because a lot of artists that I do see that have these arguments about the radio, these guys really don't even, and women, they don't even really have a big push themselves. They just
Right.
want radio.
Right, and what can we like again? Like let's just say hypothetically speaking, you got a hot song, and I'm a radio DJ, right, on 101.
Yeah.
You got a hot song. Now who is it hot to? That's the first question.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Who is it
most
hot
definitely.
to?
Yeah.
Can I track this hotness? I can't track it. Okay. Cool. I'm old school. Let me go in the spot and see the hotness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have
cool.
to beg the DJ to play it? Nah, probably already turned off. Okay, cool. I'll give you another chance.
Gotcha,
Cool,
gotcha,
cool.
yeah.
You DJ didn't play it. Let's see if anybody moves. Oh, ain't nobody fucking with it in here.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about radio. Hundreds of thousands of listeners.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why in the hell, if you can't remove a room full of 50 to 75 to a few hundred people, should I play this
Players.
on air for hundreds of thousands of people?
Yeah,
it
most
makes
definitely.
sense.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
makes
Make
sense.
a
It
make
makes
a
sense.
move to where it's undeniable. There are
makes sense.
songs. There are songs. What is the guy's name? That it was so hot in the city at the time in different spots that we went to Dola White and he put almost in his mix show immediately. Now, did these people, were they ready to go to that next point? No.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
And so
yeah.
it's just like
Yeah,
a
I
lot
like
of
that.
people just aren't ready for that next step.
And instead of saying that, and they just put the blame
On
on
the
radio.
radio.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's easy to point at the big guy, the big corporation, the big monsters.
So
radio,
you the reason the
big
network
radio.
ain't called us.
So me?
I'm just saying, right? No, is that what people do? Is that what they do?
Yeah, absolutely. It ain't my fault. It's the network's fault.
Yeah, so it's- they're like, oh, you're the radio station. You should be doing something for the local acts. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
yes.
I don't mind it. Listen, I love supporting talent out of this city. I've always said on air, off air, that Nashville, from an art standpoint, has some of the most talented people in the world.
Okay.
In the world.
Okay.
Like in the world. But I've also said on record and on social media that Nashville talent gets in the way of itself more times than not. People will achieve certain regional success. Now they got their stuff on rotation. You know what I'm saying? Now they might even be doing, shows for some money around the city. Okay, cool. You feeling yourself? All right,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
But you're not doing anything to expand it.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
And now you come walking around with this air about yourself 6 months, 7 months after your record and fizzed out and expecting the same type
Yeah.
of treatment. No,
Yeah.
that was a flash in the pan moment.
That's a fact. You
What
gotta
are
grind.
you doing to continue this? How
you
are
gotta
you
keep
branding
grinding.
yourself?
a lot of people get lazy.
Dog, I can tell you, let me tell you something. Mick Jagger had one of the best campaigns I didn't sing in a while, and I'm almost, it's been unrivaled. There have been a lot of campaigns since then that's been cool, but Mick Jagger, he did it. Nick Jagger, my bad.
Yeah, Nick Jagger.
Nick Jagger, he did it physically and he did it online.
Okay.
Like you saw kicking it online. He was in the clubs, you know what I'm saying, getting the DJs to play it. Then he had a dude walking around with a little thing on his chest and his back that said the kicking it, walking around with that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everywhere he went. Not saying you got to go to those extremes, but that was a passion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That led him to the radio, and it was
Most
potential.
definitely.
But you know what I'm saying? I think he ended up getting sick and
He
that's
had his
what slowed him
marketing.
down.
He had his
Yeah,
marketing
yeah.
and
He had
everything.
and
right.
had the relationships. Had the relationship. He wasn't afraid to talk to the DJ. He wasn't afraid to let you know that this is his single, Loud and Proud. He was getting in the shows and performing his song, and it was just that work was just there.
Yeah,
it was,
yeah, yeah,
It was
most definitely.
undeniable.
That's undeniable,
You, at that
yeah.
time, you knew what kicking it. You knew what it was. You
Yeah.
knew what it was, and so
He didn't have to scream what he was. You can see what he
you
was.
could see because when he showed up, he was intentional about it, and his efforts were relentless.
Shout out Nick Jagger.
Shout
Yeah,
out Nick Jagger,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
So,
most
and that's why I tell rappers that all the time. It's just like we still live in a market where yes, your social media presence, your digital footprint, great. But we live in a market. We live in Nashville, Tennessee. People are all like this here.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so you have to get out and see people.
Yeah.
That's how I stay relevant for, you know what I'm saying, over a decade now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I get out and I see people and I keep my relationships.
So you need to
know
go
what I'm saying?
outside. Everybody, they need to be outside.
If you are a rapper,
Yeah.
singer,
Yeah.
something and then
Yeah.
it's a musical
Yeah.
Yeah.
get outside and so people can hear, especially if you got music that could be played in some of these spaces that are opening up.
Yeah.
That I'm hearing these type of songs in.
Because your promotion background, you have witnessed
Yes,
plenty of rappers.
plenty. I've seen them,
Yeah.
and you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and so, and the most. And we know that there's no like formula to success, right?
Yeah,
You
facts.
know what I'm saying?
That's a
Like
fact.
everybody has their own journey, but we all know consistency works.
Most definitely.
Consistency is gonna
That
kill
is,
it.
that is. That's a
You
fact.
know what I'm
work.
saying?
That's a
I'm one of
fact.
the more consistent public figures in the entertainment industry in this city.
For
period.
sure. Most definitely. Hands
You know what
down.
I'm saying? So, with all that being said, consistency wins. And so, just because you don't feel like going out and going to this event, you know what I'm saying? Because blah blah. No, get your ass up.
Get your ass up.
Because it be in those moments that you might meet somebody that can give you another opportunity. Because it's happened for me. I'm not speaking on something I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been moments where I'm like, I really don't feel like going out tonight, but I gotta show my face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
feel like going out, but I need to go ahead and go and show love. You know, because somebody show me love. And sometimes in those moments, the opportunities come. But at the very base, I've gotten out, and it's another opportunity for people to see me and be like, oh, that's Joe.
Yeah.
You
And
know what I'm
accessible.
saying?
Because at times, a lot of people, when you do become accessible, sometimes they be like, oh, I see you online or I listen to you.
Yep,
But
yep.
now I see you.
Yeah.
And so there's a balance with that. I'll say this much. There's a balance with that, right? Because you don't want to become too accessible because then people will take your presence for granted. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
That's so
Oh,
so.
that's just
start
Joe.
to-
That's
yeah,
just Joe. That's just
exactly.
Joe.
It's just
Yeah.
Joe. And some people are already there with me, but it's okay. I'm gonna keep on going.
Okay.
And so the thing about it is, you can't get like you got to find your happy medium. And let's not take anything away from COVID and the tornado prior to, because it did a number on people being in the house.
Yes, it
Right.
did, yes.
It did.
People now that may have been on the fence about going out are inside people.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And so even as a promoter now, and I tell, you know, say my cohorts and owners of this, you're on a dead night, you're not competing with another venue or club 7 times out of 10. You're competing with the house.
Yeah.
People you telling other people to pull up when they just don't feel like going nowhere because they didn't work these long ass jobs.
Yep, yep.
The pay ain't nothing.
Yeah.
All this stuff to make got kids, somebody on there.
Yeah.
I'm in the house.
I'm in the house. Just come over. Come over and chill.
I'd much rather you just pull up on me. We go ahead and get a drink because now, as a venue owner, you got to charge a significant amount extra just to make your money. And so if you have been a person that's like, I'm not sure how your old y'all brothers are. I'm 38 years old.
Yeah, we're the same age.
So, okay, so we was all partying in the club area.
Yeah, most
So
definitely.
remember, being even in the high-end clubs, drinks were $12.
Yeah. I used
Maybe-
to give them a 10.
Listen, a Top Shelf Long Island at the time was 15.
Yeah.
And that's what every individual Top Shelf, and so that scales it to where we were then and where we are now. And so the money is different. Like people out here
That's a
acting.
fact.
There's some
That's
people
a
with some
fact.
money out here, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but it's
But it's a
people
lot of
acting.
people out here acting.
Nah,
Most
it's
definitely. I believe
So
that.
yeah, man, like so people being in the house, and so that's scary.
Hell yeah. Because like I said, going from your promotion and then going from your media, I most definitely understand where you got, because you have the knowledge of it. You seeing artists where they can fail at. You seeing artists come up. You seeing artists go down. So that's why, because I like to have this conversation, because you have a lot of hip hop artists that's in our city that will say a radio station don't fuck with them.
Yeah,
but
that's a
they
narrative
not.
that's been
but
around
they
forever.
not
It's been around
pushing. Half of the artists that do say that, I go, because I try to listen to it. Right, artists who say that, I go back and listen to it. Now I'm not shooting a shot at anybody, because I listened to the Cool Daddy Fresh back in the days.
Right,
But
right.
I'm just saying, like, to be relevant, and for artists now, the artists that we do want to be on the radio, to me, they don't have that push, and they don't have that drive. You can't tell me you're a rapper and I go on your media, I go on your pages, and you got one song and you only had that song for 8 months and you only got 2 pictures on your
Man,
on your page.
listen, or you say you're a singer, ain't no singing videos. You got cute snippets, but maybe that's it. Like some of y'all way too artsy on y'all pages. Like,
Yeah.
get to the point. What are you? Okay,
Yeah.
you're an artist. Okay, what kind of artist are you?
Yeah.
All right, I should be able to tell that within one scroll.
Yeah, I should.
All this old mysterious. Listen, you can't market that. They only take
Yeah.
you so far.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
her, prime example. The only person that could be a mystery, I feel like, is Daft Punk. They still got a fucking helmet on their head.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But other than that, like, everybody that was mysterious, not so mysterious.
Yeah.
So artists, like, I get it. You want to be creative and you want people to focus on your work. But I can't focus on your work if I don't know what the work is.
True.
Nah, that's a fact.
Like,
I
I don't, what
like
am I
that.
There we
looking
go.
at?
I
Like,
like
what
that.
am I looking at?
Let me ask you this, Joe. So, Joe, what are you listening to now? We already said we're in the same age
Oh,
demographic. What
yeah.
is Joe? Is
Man,
he listening
listen.
to Get It Sexy?
Yeah, no.
Get
no.
It Sexy?
No.
Okay.
No. If I want to hear that type of music, I'll go listen to my version of that, which is like more the Trinas. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna listen to,
True.
if I'm gonna listen to that type,
Gotcha.
you know, I'm heavy on Anderson .Paak. Heavy on
Ooh, I
Anderson
like
.Paak,
Anderson
my boy
.Paak.
Pack. Her, Jasmine Sullivan. Listen to. Let's see, who else am I listening to repeatedly? Squash out of Jamaica.
Okay.
Beam. He's from the islands as well. Tim Gent, man. Tim Gent,
I heard of him,
Now
yeah.
listen, let me tell y'all something about Tim Gent. Tim Gent's out of Clarksville, right?
Okay.
Moved to Nashville. He signed a Prescription, which is an imprint under Dr. Luke. It got publishing with Prescription. And so he's doing real good. I said to say he's
Okay.
doing real good for him. So he got some legit shit going on.
Yeah.
But the music, and I'm not sure when this is going to air, if it's going to be out or not, probably not going to be out. But this project he got coming called Change is Good is a R&B project, I think he said, from a rapper's perspective.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that. I like
yeah,
that. Like that.
yeah. And so it's like when you think about Nashville rap, you think about large scale, what has been represented at the height of heights.
Yeah.
This ain't that. Now, not this and that, because that is great. But this is going to, when it does what it's supposed to do,
It's gonna-
put Nashville, it's gonna be like, oh, this is coming out of Nashville too?
Okay.
It's like
yeah.
that. And
No,
I can send
to
y'all,
make-
I can
yeah,
send
yeah,
y'all
yeah.
a little private link.
I
after
want
this,
to
you know what
probably.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Like it's gonna be like, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
They
yeah.
make this here.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, like
exactly.
that,
So
okay.
listen to Tim Gent and Brian Taylor. Brian Taylor, he's
heard of
a
Tim Gent
R&B hip hop guy. He's also signed a Prescription. He's done stuff. He's gotten Super Bowl placements and stuff on
Okay.
Amazon
Oh,
Prime.
okay.
Like he's more like a writer as opposed to, but he's also an artist. He got some real dope stuff out. He got this project called Fan that is just like, yeah. And so it just makes you kind of proud to say that this music is not only just coming from Nashville, but I got something to do with it. And it's something that is not a hard sell. Not to say that certain records, if they're a hard sell, that they won't make it far.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's as a person who pushes records and likes to endorse and hey, listen to this. It's easy when the music is easy listening.
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
You know what I'm
I see
saying?
what you're saying. I
and
know
Chuck
what you're saying.
Indigo, Brian Taylor, Tim Gent, you know what I'm saying? Those guys got Case Arnold. They got
Easy records, right?
They got and not simple. Don't
Yeah.
mistake it. Ain't simple.
Yeah.
It's just like you put this on, you're not kind of watching. You're not watching your environment. You know what I'm saying?
I know what
It's
you're saying. I almost never know what
Like
Yeah,
everybody feeling it.
Yeah,
I put this
everybody-
on, everybody
I
feeling
like what
it.
you said about
that's
how
hard.
Nashville kind of what we rap about at the front foot. Like it's more.
It's like a trap hood rap. That's
Yeah.
at the
That's it.
forefront.
That's at the
In
forefront of it.
which I mean, history shows us that, right? You know what I'm saying? But before that, it was more like blues and you know gospel.
Absolutely.
But then,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I guess previous modern era of Nashville, early modern era of Nashville. Cause you had what Pistol,
Cool Daddy Fresh.
Cool Daddy Fresh,
Yeah.
all those guys. You know what I'm saying? All this hood,
Gangsta
trap,
rap.
gangsta
Gangsta rap
all the way
through.
right? That bred to the trap. You know what I'm saying? Hood rap, the Lidos, the Bucks,
Yeah.
and the Quanti Cashes, and the, you know what I'm saying, Papers, and all those
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
right? And so that led way to the Nick Jaggers and the guys. I keep forgetting his name.
And that's the easy.
And so, and that not necessarily easy.
Not
but that,
easy,
That
yeah.
is the path that
Sorry
has
for
been
saying
curved.
easy.
No, but that's the path that has been carved out.
Gotcha, gotcha.
And
yeah.
so it makes more sense to go that way because that's what platinum record is.
Yeah.
Buck has a platinum record with
Off of gangsta rap.
off of gangster rap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fact.
So you like shit.
He set the
that's-
standard.
He set the standard.
Yeah.
But that's not the only way.
No, yeah, you're
Because
right.
over this side, you got an artist that has went platinum for a record that he wrote that landed big in K-pop. That's in Korea.
Yeah, Korea, yeah,
And that's
most
Brian Taylor. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
He's a platinum writer. You know what I'm saying? Coming out the city of East Nashville. So it's like it scales. And so that's what's coming. It's
Yeah.
more of that. Oh, these guys been doing this now. You heard of them
Yeah.
in their artistry.
That's what
So,
this city is
yeah.
known for right here. But have you tasted this?
Have you tasted this? Because
Yeah,
and because if you're looking at the history of Nashville, it is known for all of this. Nashville has some very controversial, you know what I'm saying, hood moments. It has some very political moments.
Yeah.
It has some very in
Facts.
between moments. It's Nashville
Facts.
has a diversity of happenings.
Yes.
here.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
you're right.
All the way
You're
down
right.
to the unfortunate,
The Gary
mass
Jenkins.
shooters and things of that
Yeah.
nature. Like
Yeah,
we've had a
Nashville's
lot of stuff
big.
going in
Yeah.
Nashville.
That's a fact. That's a
Tornadoes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
lot of-
with the S.
Yeah, a
You
lot of
know what I'm saying?
gentrification,
So, yeah.
lot of racism, lot
Yes,
of
yes,
race,
yes,
yes,
historical
yes.
racial moments, and some
Absolutely.
black empowerment moments.
Yeah,
We've
most
had,
definitely.
Most
Dr.
definitely.
King and Stokely Carmichael.
Even to the musicians, Jimi Hendrix playing on Jefferson
Absolutely.
Street. You know what I'm
Marvelous.
saying?
That was at
Marvelous.
downtown, right?
Yeah.
Once I did our research downtown, was at Jefferson. Jefferson was our downtown.
The chilling, what they call
The
the chilling
chilling
circuit.
circuit.
Nashville
Yeah.
was a big part of the chilling
Yeah.
circuit.
and it
BB
makes
King
sense.
came, Diana Ross, Aretha Franklin, all of them have performed on Jefferson.
And it's not a surprise. It always takes me back when people say, "Oh, this such come to Nashville," because heavy hitters have always come through Nashville.
Yeah,
Yes.
most definitely.
Always do your history, do your research. You know what I'm saying? If they don't come, then they just don't come. That's one every so often. But we modern era, Beyonce,
Yeah.
Jay-Z,
Facts.
Drake,
Facts.
Future. I've been
Facts.
personally responsible
Foxy
for
Brown,
Cardi B.
yeah. Foxy Brown recorded her album here.
Oh,
Juvenile
we ain't gonna
recorded
talk
his
about
album
the
here.
recording
Yeah, the
side,
studio.
because that
Yeah.
studio side, people come and record all the time.
Yeah, most
Her
definitely.
has came here and recorded. You know what I'm saying? And so because Nashville still has some of the better, less expensive studios.
Okay,
Now,
okay.
a lot of those studios in Music Row have a way about them that can be racist. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we don't-
Absolutely.
we-
So that's
yeah.
why
We
I
witnessed that
always-
personally.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
bet.
Yeah,
I
we
bet.
witnessed
And
that,
that's
yeah.
why I'm always pushing for, my people to get our own, but let it be professional. I'm putting my energy and my promotion behind anybody who is able to create a professional space for people that look like myself.
There we go.
Yeah,
man.
I like
So,
that.
yeah.
I like
man.
that. So on a promotional game, man, let us know, Joe Major. What are you promoting right now? What are you pushing right now?
So right now I love happy hours. That's like right now it's like
That was my introduction.
have me curate a happy hour because it just says grown, and now I know how I want to do my happy hour.
Okay.
And so it just makes for and listen, fellas, y'all ain't seen y'all, but y'all didn't bring y'all ass out the couch.
We gon' come
Yeah.
right there.
because it's
Yeah,
a great
yeah.
time, and I know I talk a lot of shit on my own behalf, but it's been a while since I've been able to do something like this. And so
you good.
it's like,
No,
I don't,
we got you. We love
you will
it.
be in this business for as long as I have and paid attention to as many things and watched the market like I've have intimately and from afar and not be able to say, hey, at the very least, I can offer you a good time no matter what I'm doing. And it's exactly my guarantee. And so on Thursdays at Calendars for happy hour, it's no different. It's a great time whether there's 9 people in there or 900 people in there.
Yeah.
Happy hour start at 6. Carrie can sign up, start at 7, 7:30. Then we get cracking. It's a great,
It's a good
good
vibe.
time.
Where's it located, Joe?
Calendars out there, 2675 Howard Boulevard out there in Smyrna.
Okay.
So all my Antioch, Laverne, Smyrna, Murfreesboro people, come on now. And then just started Fridays. I'm calling like the super OG team. So it's CeeLo,
Okay.
DJ Q, Patrick Morgan, Rob, man, if I'm forgetting somebody, Crisis, and myself
Crisis. What's up,
are
Crisis?
doing a like a Friday night move for all the new OGs like ourselves.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
we ain't the young people,
Yeah.
you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But
Yeah.
we ain't put up and doing, you know what I'm saying? So,
We still outside a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Fridays at Minerva, that's what we're doing. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? They got a happy hour, I think on one
Okay.
stage. It starts at 5 or 6. And then the rest of the night picks up at 8. And then, but yeah. Minerva on Fridays is where the new OGs at.
And
I want
dre-
all
dress
the
like you
aunties
got
come
some
on now. I
sense.
know the women
He
don't
said,
like to be called
dress
aunties,
like you
but
got
you a
some sense.
fine motherfucker. Come on out.
What do you
go.
call them? Dinosaurs.
Yeah. And dress.
No, I ain't gonna listen.
I know he ain't call them dinosaurs.
I
I'm
ain't call
just
y'all
saying,
dinosaurs. All my aunties though, and now y'all like, Joe, you disrespectful. I ain't call. Listen, I'm
just
uncle,
saying.
and I gotta marry an auntie, baby. So don't run
Exactly.
from it.
I'm-
You got a little pudge, that's all right. You got a little grape,
Come
that's
on, man.
okay.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
love
auntie.
it.
Come on,
Yeah.
come
I
on
wanna-
out there to Friday Minerva, Thursday calendar.
There you go.
Hey, what'd you say? Dress like you got some
I
sense.
dress like you got some sense.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. This is not Black Air Force type vibe.
No.
fellas, this is not.
Dress. I always say dress to be seen, and I'm gonna tell you this: with my events, unless it's a special event, I'm always gonna push for comfortable and casual. Like
Okay.
I do not want you to feel like you have to put that shit on to come out to a happy hour.
Okay.
Be fly,
Yeah.
but be comfortable. You
Gotcha.
know what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely.
Because again, I'm 38 years old.
Yeah.
I'm not like every time I gotta put on hard bottom shoes. Nah, that was the generation before.
Yeah,
us.
exactly.
Yeah,
I-
most definitely.
I'm in charge of this shit now. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? And so I'm going to create my own atmospheres, and that's the atmosphere I want to create. Now, I'm not sure if they're following that at Minerva because I'm more like a hired gun as opposed to curating the event. But
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure he may be lax about this particular thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anything that I am actually curating, Joe Major 1224 Productions, casual, unless it's a special event. So all my weekly stuff, casual. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
So Leno can wear his Pooh Shiesty mask and
I
You
never wear a
cannot-
Pooh
that
Shiesty.
shit scares the hell
I
out of me.
can never wear a Pooh
We can-
Shiesty
listen,
mask. No, never.
I understand every generation got their thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Us, we was sagging. We was
Yeah,
wearing big
yeah,
pants.
yeah.
We didn't
and
cover
stuff
our
like
face
that.
though, Joe.
We didn't because our mamas didn't want to play in that. And it was too hot. But we was practical bad kids.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Good way to
practical.
put it.
And it's like, why the hell do you got on this hoodie and this mask? It's 85 degrees. Nashville is
Yeah.
moist and hot.
Yes.
How the hell you doing this?
Very
you
moist
look like
and
a
very
threat.
hot.
You look like a threat.
It's a little
You are a
funky coming
threat.
from
He
you.
said
You
you
are
are
a threat. When you got a whole mask on and you walking up to my car,
Please don't.
automatically
please
you're a
don't,
threat.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yeah,
Because
that's don't.
I jump. I jump.
Exactly.
And I have a
I'm
knife.
trying to say this.
So yeah.
So I want to say this right here, man, because you got some good news, some big shit that you shared on social media. Yeah, we got to get into it. Some things that you shared on social media. What you got going on, man? You finna leave us, I see.
Oh man, I ain't got too much going on. A few months back, I was approached with the opportunity to basically study abroad, to utilize my skills in the nightlife and entertainment industry to see if there is opportunity to do that overseas.
Okay.
And so I'm going to study and I'm going to kick it a little bit.
Yeah.
And where's this at?
Medellin, Colombia.
Oh, Medellin. Whoa. That's
we
what
know Medellin, the Medellin
that's the
cartel.
that's the girl who was from wasn't my girl the Black Widow. She was
Okay.
from Medellin, Colombia. That's where they dropped off at after she got in the feds. What was her
Yeah,
name?
be careful,
Griselda
bro.
Blanca.
Yeah, be careful, bro.
It's a lot safer than
Now she knocking on the door.
Yeah, it's a lot safer than that. Hey, how you doing? No, it's a lot safer than that. I've done my research,
Okay.
and I mean, honestly, the person that approached me with the idea did theirs even before. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
They
most
spent
definitely,
time there.
most definitely.
And I got connections there. You know what I'm saying? They got
Oh
it.
shit!
So it's
Okay,
just
you got connections there.
well, it's I know a few people over there. that's
Okay,
doing some
damn.
things.
He
So,
said you got connections.
Yeah, I mean,
I heard that. I heard
you
that.
know, you know, it's just,
Hey,
and
hit me
so-
behind the scenes.
Yeah,
and so
I got a tractor coming.
all that being said, I'm just blessed to go down there and do some work, you know what I'm saying, for some time. And, you know, if it
Is
works
it a
out,
time limit? I mean, is it a time frame?
it's kind of a time frame that I don't really want to get into
yeah,
because
most
it can
definitely.
go from like, you know, a few weeks to, you know,
Years.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm going down there and I'm going to focus on the work, have a good time doing the work, build some content around it. You
That's
know
what I
I'm
wanted
saying?
to ask you.
Yeah, and that's
want
part
that.
of the agreement. I got to build content around
Is it going to
this.
be every day or is it going to be bi-weekly
So
like I heard you say?
I've decided to do like a weekend recap type of a thing because
okay.
I know that I'm going to be spending a part of my time down there vacationing, and I want to unplug and just really soak up, you know, where I am.
Yeah.
And so before I get to like the work of everything, and so with that being said, yeah, like I've resorted to like I'll do like a weekend recap. Now my stories will be someone every day.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be someone every day with the stories. But as far as like what I actually got going on and my progress and all that stuff like that, that'll be actually on my feed. Maybe Saturday.
Like you
night.
say, weekly.
Yeah.
And on the weekend, y'all let them know what it is.
Now, and I heard it's a good a big black community down in that area, man. I see some influencers, some people I follow on social media, and they're down there, and it's a big. You gonna try to tap into that?
Oh, absolutely. I've been, again, like I said, doing my research and seeing what's going on down there. And of course, try to integrate, you know what I'm saying, in what's already established.
Yeah.
Because that's the best and easiest way to do it, especially with people who look like me.
Yeah.
And so try to, you know, pick their brains and see what they have going on and see how I can potentially even help.
Most definitely.
But again, you know, just going down there, honestly, be a fly on the wall.
Yeah. There
you
Just
go.
to kind of research. Now, knowing me,
Off the top.
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this is
You
the
going to have a
same guy
club down there in 3 months.
Just the same guy that went to Jamaica, you know, just to kick it and chill. And I end up hosting a party. And so it was just.
Good shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm
fire.
saying?
That's
But
fire.
it's your
Fire.
energy, though.
Yeah.
It's your vibe and your energy, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm
most definitely.
also learning how to redirect that energy in a ways that is not as in the spotlight. And I can utilize that in, like, you know, cultivating relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
at first, I didn't really know how to do that. I'm like, I could be the center of attention. You could come to me, and then we could go from there.
Yeah.
But everything can't work like that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Sometimes you got to be a fly on the wall, play the back, observe your
Observe
surroundings
what's
from
going
that
on.
aspect.
Yeah.
I can do it from the middle, but I can also do it from the back. And I mean, and all that being
Pause.
said-
No Diddy.
yeah, no Diddy for real.
Whoa.
But yeah, I can also, you know what I'm saying, be in the shadows, so to speak,
Yeah.
and observe and get information that way.
Man, good shit,
I love
man.
it.
I'm
I
gonna
love
say
it.
this, man. This is something that we love about the podcast. This is what we
Yes,
do.
sir.
We like to
Yes,
sit
sir.
down with iconic people in our eyes and to our viewers' eyes, who and just a staple out of our city, right? Just
Yeah,
somebody who came and just been so big in our city to me and to my co-hosts and to
Absolutely.
everybody. We just love everything that you got going. We just
Appreciate that.
proud of you. We happy for you.
He been had
And-
motion. Like
Yeah,
the
he
kids
been had
say. Like the
motion.
kids say.
Yeah,
He been
yeah.
had
Nah,
motion.
he
No
been
cap.
had motion.
No
No
cap.
cap.
cap,
He been
as
had
kids say.
motion.
Yeah, no cap.
He
He been
most
had
definitely
motion.
been had motion, but this is something that we like right here, bro. We
Absolutely.
love to be able to sit down with you. We was excited for this right here because we were like, hey, I remember Joe Major at the nightlife, right? At
Right.
the after hours, well not after hour, but the nightlife
This
life.
is-
Yeah,
too, but
Limelight,
yeah, yeah,
Limelight.
Now,
yeah.
no, I'm saying nightlife.
Nightlife,
Oh,
Nightlife.
okay. I thought you
Yeah,
talking about the
yeah.
old
No,
school.
no,
after hours.
no. Just the nightlife, because he was a nightlifer. Like you
Yeah.
said, he named so many different clubs that open at 9. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, they,
Right.
they don't go out to 2.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah,
three,
we
four,
ain't getting
5
dressed.
months
We ain't getting dressed to 11.
You see
yeah.
what I'm saying? That was
Yeah.
our mind frame. We
Yeah.
thought we were cool. So
Yeah.
I don't
Right,
want to show up.
right.
I don't want to show up
Right,
towards
and
an
they
hour
really
later.
complain too much about paying them late prices. The younger generation, listen. You get there, y'all get there fashionably late, but don't want to pay fashionably late prices.
Nah, you gotta pay that.
This is something.
Damn, that's hard.
No, you gotta pay. We knew it
Fast
was.
with
What
labor
is
don't
it?
want
Pay
to
with
pay
the
fast.
way?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
knew it was
yeah,
at least
yeah. Pay with the
75.
way.
At least 75.
Yeah, depending on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
me ask-
whatever.
Let me ask you
Yeah.
this, Joe, before we get out of here, man. Is what's going on with Mrs. Major? Is it a Miss Major?
Nah,
What's
hell
going
nah,
on?
hell
Damn,
nah.
hell no. What you mean?
Hell nah, nigga focus on his career. I'm single.
Yeah.
I do go on dates. You know, I do entertain. So
A lot of dates.
I'll be on dates.
Okay.
I'll be on dates. And so so with that being said, I'm not afraid of love. You know what I'm saying? I don't run from it. When the situation makes sense, then there'll be a Mrs. Major, and potentially Lil Majors running around. But like it gotta make sense because I am really focused on making something for myself. So I can feel happy with me. And so when I get somebody in a situation, I won't be beating myself up because I feel like I'm inadequate or I'm not making them out. And I'm not saying that, love doesn't come in some inconvenient times, because it does. I've been involved with women at some very inconvenient times. I've been on the floor and had damn near a whole girlfriend. Sleeping on somebody else's floor. One line about it.
Yeah.
She was coming over there, Vanderbilt student, sleeping on the floor with me.
me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
And so with that being said, I understand that love is not about convenience. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna make sense to me.
Got you.
Got you. So yeah.
Yeah, I
That
got
makes
you,
sense.
man.
You heard it, man. He heard it. What you said, Joe? The dating pool is full of piss.
That's what they say, man.
they
He
say.
said-
Let me go on
Go
record.
ahead. Go ahead, Joe.
I don't have no problem in the
Okay.
dating pool.
Okay.
My dating pool got chlorine in it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's supposed to have it, right?
So only any piss that's there, I only ain't know.
Hey, you know what though, Joe? I say the same thing though, because I'm a single man and I go on dates.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Yeah,
I
do.
enjoy it.
I do.
And I
do.
meet good women. For
Yeah.
some reason or another, we just don't
It
hit
don't
it
work
like
out, and
that.
that's what people
and they're
have
not
to
bad
also-
women.
That's what people have to also understand. Just because we meet or you meet somebody that may be chemistry does not mean it's supposed to ultimately get to that level.
Facts.
Now, I'm not in denial. Whoever she is, I feel like will be undeniable.
Yeah, most
But until
definitely.
that happens, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to date, and if we catch a vibe, then,
That's
I'll
what it
focus
is.
in, and then,
If it don't work, then don't work. No
If it
hard
don't work,
feelings.
no hard
You
feelings. I don't wanna get mad or
I'm not
upset.
gonna block you on social media. I'm still liking the
Right.
same pictures I
But-
was liking.
Right,
All
but
that-
when
all
they
that type
do
of shit.
work, go
It
ahead and
work.
put all that up, baby. Go ahead and put all that up. Unplug that. It go from where you at to are you on your way over here?
Yeah,
you
most
know what I'm
I like that.
saying?
I like that.
Are you
You
coming
know?
over there? It ain't that
Yeah.
no
I
more.
like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
The door open because I'm finna take a shower.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, y'all got me fucked up, man.
Yeah,
I told
dog.
y'all this year I'm finding me one. Like,
Hey, listen,
man, I'm
man.
finding me one, man.
That's
I'm
what we
tired of
gonna
this
do,
shit.
man. We gonna find both of them somebody. Because listen, man, and look, we gonna find both of them
You don't wanna
somebody.
talk about
No,
it.
I don't want to talk about that. That's a private conversation for me.
That's
Okay,
smart
okay,
guy.
Yeah,
okay,
so
okay.
Yeah.
man,
But,
good shit. This is his words.
It is. Now, before Joe leave, I just want to make sure you promote all your socials,
most
man,
definitely.
and anything you got going on,
Appreciate
brother.
that. Appreciate it. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the fellas for inviting me out. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
I love having the opportunity to talk my shit and talk my shit with other people who know how to
Hell
talk
yeah.
their shit.
We want
You
you to
artists
talk
and
your
all
shit.
this.
Yeah, I
so-
told you that word.
Artists.
Yeah, artists. Yeah, I love that.
Artists, but,
That's my signature.
Yeah. So appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of my support for my entire career.
Yeah, most
radio
definitely.
station. I'm on each and every Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. And Sunday mornings 8 to 10 a.m. And of course on with Dola White 3 to 7 every day on 101.1 The Beat. Listen
Damn,
to
that
me
boy
on
working
radio
hard.
app.
Yes, sir.
Take me with you wherever you go.
Yes, sir.
Hit me up at Joe on the gram, on Instagram, or Facebook at Joe Major. Got findjoemajor.com coming real soon. Bringing drunk couples back, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that.
Oh shit.
Doing content in around surrounding Columbia, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Got a movie that I directed and produced. That it's a short film. It's gonna be about 5 minutes. That's coming out, so make
Good
sure you
shit.
stay
I
tuned
saw
for that. And I got some events that's in the works. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that.
Yeah,
But
I think I saw
Calendars
that.
on Thursdays, Minerva on Fridays.
You got my
No,
girl
I love
Miranda
it.
in that video.
Yeah,
in that movie.
yeah. Oh no, that's something that I'm in. I'm acting in that one, but I directed one myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he man, he
for
doing
myself.
everything.
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
listen. When you can't walk for almost a year, you know what I'm saying? You learn how to get your stride. You
Yeah.
learn how to get in your stride,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm learning.
You got
It's-
Nashville in the headlock.
It's listen, and it's a comfortable headlock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
y'all got some
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
Okay, but y'all coming with me.
Yeah.
You know
Gotcha.
what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Gotcha. I love it. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Piggyback off that, man. Y'all make sure y'all go support the Born Rich Club
Yes, sir.
podcast.
Most
Yes,
definitely,
sir.
most
Yes, sir.
definitely.
Apple Podcast, Spotify, and like Joe Major said, we're also on the iHeartRadio app, man.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all go support. Speaking iHeart, we still here. hey, big head. Hey. But yeah, man, thank y'all for the support that we've been getting.
Most definitely.
And I wish that you guys will continue to support, man. Like I always say, man, if nobody told you today that that they love you. Let me be the first person to tell you that I love you. I love you. I love you.
And you already
Love
know
you.
how I'm going to end it with 2 things, man. Get money, stay true, get money. Peace.